Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am just going to make a little bit of an adjustment here. So I just decided to do this really quick video. It's not going to be long, I'm not going to be answering people's questions today, but I did want to just jump on here really fast and talk to you about some ways that you can deal with a narcissist if you are in isolation, if you are in the self-quarantining or any kind of shutdown, lockdown mode whatsoever with a narcissist. And first, what I want to suggest is it's a great opportunity for you to start practicing your boundaries. And I hope that you have been using this time to decide about the future of your relationship, the way that you want it to kind of pan out, the way that you are wanting to move forward with the relationship in the future, because there's no better time than right now to get a grip and really evaluate what's going on, because you have likely not had any reprieve from the narcissist, so you've really been able to see what the true colors of the narcissist are and the way that they truly behave and their true intentions and all of that kind of stuff. So I hope that you have used this time to really get a clear picture, clear vision about what is happening. um, but as far as what you can do to help yourself in this time is to have that vision in mind, what you actually want to do, what the outcome of this situation is that you want it to be. Whether that's that you want to leave, that you want to stay, that you want to work on things, whatever it is. I hope you have a clear vision of what it is that you want to do and a path to get there. There will not be able to this will not be able to happen apart from boundaries. And so understanding that and really working on boundaries with a narcissist right now is a really wise use of your time, a wise use of implementing your skills, your own imposing your self-worth into the situation that likely you have not been able to you haven't been able to do that probably with the narcissist before. So I hope that you are taking time to do that. And the other thing is, so implementing boundaries can look like, let me just give you some quick examples. It can look like you say, if there's name calling or something like that involved, you outright say, if you continue to do these things, if you continue to use these words, if you continue to call me these names, I'm leaving the conversation, and you actually leave. And you are able to go to a place that is yours. So having a space that you are able to get into is the best thing. Second of all, if that isn't possible, really start looking at reaching out to family and friends, people who can take you in where it's a safe environment, both physically, so like health wise, nobody's sick, nobody's struggling with illnesses, and also that is they're not other narcissists, right? That these members of your family are not going to put you under more mental stress or duress. So having those options is also great. If this is a situation where you just really need to get out, please don't ever hesitate to call either 911 or your local domestic violence shelter. All of them should still be open during this time. Some of the things that you can start doing, if you are, I made this video primarily about narcissists, but if you're just dealing with somebody who's difficult, try to start using your words. Sometimes with people who have been in narcissistic relationships, they shut down, they deny the way that they truly feel, they deny their own self, they deny their own wants and their own needs and things like this. And so they aren't good at communicating with other people where their boundaries are or what their needs or their wants or desires are. So if you're in that type of situation, if the person that you're with is just a difficult person, maybe use this time to start working on your communication skills. You might not see the outcome that you want to have happen with that conversation, but this is giving you practice. It's building up your own knowledge of how to handle these difficult situations, how to speak up for yourself, how to stand up for yourself. By the way, I have a bunch of videos that speak about that. um, and um, and it just gives you, the more you do something, the more comfortable that you become with it, the more knowledge that you gain from it, the more experience that you have with it. So obviously the more that you do it, the better that you're going to become at it, and especially when somebody is truly interested in what you're talking about. So even though right now you might not have the outcome of that conversation that you would like to have, it doesn't mean that it will always be that way. So I just encourage you to start formulating, even to your own self. Maybe you don't know what it is that you're actually looking for, that you actually need or want from this person or from this situation, but it is a great time right now to start articulating, even to your own self, writing it down, rehearsing to yourself what it is, the end goal of what you're after. Um, and so those are some things that you can do. I'm going to do another video, um, maybe next week. It will be next week. I don't know the day though, on self-care, things that you can do for self-care and the different aspects of self-care. So you are a spirit, you have a soul, and you have a body. So obviously I'm going to hit on those three areas. I'm also going to talk about financial wellness during this time. I'm also going to be talking about nutritional wellness during this time. So I'll do that video next week, but really getting into the habit of doing self-care. So whether this looks like you have a certain type of routine that you get into, and I've talked about this before, but when you know the narcissist and you know there's certain ebbs and flows to when he or she is particularly uh, more agitated or more likely to lash out at you, making sure that you set up ways to escape that. So for example, if you know that it's always right before you go to bed, then you need to have a plan in place to um, guard yourself from that as much as possible. You know, maybe it's that you leave the room 30 minutes earlier, that you head to your own space an hour before that normally happens, and while you're there, you read your favorite book, you watch your favorite TV show, you call your mom or your best friend, you do something for you that is going to nurture who you are. You aren't going to deny yourself simply because this person is difficult, or because this person is so self-centered that they can't think about anybody else besides themselves. You are going to find a way to make sure that your tank is filled, that your self-love, self-care tank is filled up. And this is super important, and especially when you can't go anywhere, when your normal social structures and support systems have been removed from you for a little while. So making sure that those things are in place, you know, really taking time to evaluate your thoughts that you think during the day. What are you thinking about most of the day? And what kinds of words are you using around those thoughts? Do you have negative self-talk that you need to rewire or pay attention to a little bit closer? You know, all of these things, it's very important um, that you are able to identify those things, that you are able to recognize when you are doing them, that you start to rewire and replace those kinds of thoughts with something different, with healthy thoughts about yourself, with positive outcomes for your situation, for your life in general, for your destiny as a whole. And you know, just being able to really evaluate what serves you and what doesn't serve you. Don't let this time go without really making some changes and some shifts in your own life. The things that do not serve you, it is time to go. You know, everything about the earth is going through a cleansing right now, and it is really important that we don't just miss out on this opportunity. What is, you know, a horrible, tragic situation, very devastating for so many. We want to make sure that we see the silver lining and we partner with the good things that are happening right now. And so this is definitely one of them. Editing your life ruthlessly during this time. Find the things that are not serving you, whether those are words or people, friendships, relationships, places, associations with organizations, any type of thing like this, you need to start editing that stuff out. Really start using this time to your benefit. Let this time serve you. So I hope that this video has given you at least a starting place on how to deal with a narcissist. And again, if you cannot deal with a narcissist during the time of the quarantine, really start reaching out to friends and family, seeing if there's somebody that's safe that you can go stay with, again, physically, that they are not having any type of health issues or health concerns, but also that they themselves are not a narcissist. You're not like going from one bad situation to another. If it's a really bad situation, if you really just need help to get out, please call 911, go to your local domestic violence shelter. None of those things have been canceled. Those things are still all open. They still have services available. And right now, there's also a lot of online stuff happening. So there's a lot of online support groups. There's a lot of different programs like this happening because we can't do them in person. So make sure that you check Facebook or check your local domestic violence shelter organization to see what they offer in terms of online support, as opposed to going there in person, because they might have some tips for how to deal with your specific situation as well. So again, you guys, I know this video is much shorter than normal live videos, but I just wanted to jump on here really quick. This was really on my heart to just get on here and speak about. So I hope that you are all safe and healthy. And I will see you next week for my live video, and I'll make sure to do an announcement about that before I go live this time. And also, don't forget to check out my membership to my channel. I am super excited to be able to do this because I know I'm going to be able to connect with you all one-on-one in a little bit more of a deeper way. So I am very excited for that. Thank you guys so much for your support, for watching my channel, and stay safe and healthy.